Hello and welcome back to another video where we will be covering an in-depth look at the new DLC for Tactical Assault VR. This is going to be a bit of a long one, so if you don't want to watch the whole thing, just check out the timestamps below and skip ahead to whatever part you want. For those of you that are going to raw dog it and just stick it out from the start, sit back, relax and enjoy the video.
The first thing we'll be going over is what is new in regards to uniform. As you can see, I'm in the olive drab SWAT gear, but we also have other styles as well. So if we go over, we've got the SWAT black, SWAT grey, SWAT olive, and then just a wolf grey colour. I'm going to keep the SWAT olive for now. We also have different types of uniforms for police. So we've got the law enforcement sheriff, police. Might be easier if I just get rid of this. Yep, police, as you can see there. Hawaiian casual. Big fan of this one. I think if I'm going to do this, I'm going to wear some different... What do I want? A front cap? Nah. What else we got? Boonie? Nah. I don't know. They need... Maybe just no hat? My character's got red hair. That is ridiculous. Oh my god. Let's just chuck the helmet back on. Look comfortable without head protection. I do like this fit. What do we think? I think we're going to have to run this. We're definitely running this fit. Let's see what else we got in regards to colours. They don't really give us an option, but I do like this pink little rig that we got going on here. So I'm just going to run that one for now. You can see there's also different plate carriers. So we've got our law enforcement setup being here. I've got law enforcement patrol rigs at the moment. You can also swap it over to the Armored 2. We got Police Armor 3, which just rotates some of the stuff around the hips, as you can see there, and some of the normal armor, which is a little bit more like the Tier 0 operator type of stuff. I would like to see this style chest rig without the groin plate. I don't think it's really necessary. And the plate carrier itself looks a bit better than this one. This is just like a general beat cop, which that's alright, but would prefer to have something a little bit more operator. So, let's just get out of this Hawaiian casual crap. Is it different? Oh, look at that! I like this. I think if I was going to run something like this, I'm going to need to go and change my armor to just be hips only. Just the belt rig will go the no nothing, no face coverings, and let's get some... Oh, better customization, thank you very much. I don't like the hair situation here. Boom. Miami Vice style. Oh, I don't know if I can do that to myself. This dude, let's get rid of our freaking goggles. Let's go. Yep, that's it. CIA operative, definitely it. I have to. Wear this. What accessories we got? Nothing really new. I like it. Let's save that. So as for the new briefing area, you can see here we've got a TV, little chill out area. We move into our area where we can get changed and change our avatar. Then we're going to move into where we would give briefs to our 6-man team, apparently. But as far as I'm aware, the game only really operates with 5 per team, unless there's been some kind of changes that I'm not tracking. So we can see the full brief here. And if I get close enough, hopefully I can change things. Yep. So really short, sharp. You can see up the top there. Find the intel and extract any intel. Secure all civilians. So pretty simple task here. You can see the map here is quite small. So that map, that obviously is going to be quite good for PvP, I think. But we'll see what happens. The single player experience, it's quite a short mission. And still trying to work out what I like with this. The ranch mission, so you can see here the map is quite large compared to the other one. It's still not a lot of area to move around. You've got this area in here being the main objective, the barn as the secondary kind of area, but everywhere else is a bit sporadic and there's really not that much there. It's kind of like a paintball vibe, if you ask me personally. But we'll see what it's like with PvP and see how it goes. Cool, Shattered Eagle. This one is a little bit more complex, very small map. If you look at the map, just how it is here, probably about the same size as the gas station, except you've got multiple stories in regards to the buildings there. So 3-story building in the center, you got a courtyard complex and multiple rooms on the inside, and we got to take out these 2 Asian chicks, Villa Sisters, which will probably actually be Latinas. I guess it's like a revenge thing. I don't know. And find the intel and extract the intel. It would have been nice if there was more, I guess, story behind some of this, but we'll go into that a bit later. Just the same missions over and over again. Get the intel, get out. Also, as we carry on with the rest of this little area, we've got a kitchenette just in here, and we've got our nighttime shooting range. So as you can see, there isn't much to see here, but you chuck your MVGs on and boom, there's a few targets that we can engage, either using our torches. There is another range. The other range is just here in this little room. This is obviously our daylight area. Limited in what you can do here. You can transition between the 3 targets if I can actually hit them. So I have it warmed up, and I guess probably the best little range that you can have on the inside here. And we'll get into more of that out here. We've obviously got our hot chick photo, because what would a police force be without sexism? And we are going to move downstairs into our kill house area. And before we do that, I'm just going to conduct a quick admin reload. We are good to go. This is the Type 20. This is the one of the new weapons we got here, and I quite like this for the SWAT type vibe. It's quite good. This is an absolutely useless addition to the game. You can't lift weights. If they're trying to build a VR gym where you could actually lift weights and I don't know, try and get fat people to move, then fine. But this is the game. So we'll move on from there. Also, nothing against fat people. Everyone's their own person, and you can be as physically fit as you want or not, and that's fine. So, Kill House is pretty cool. You can do quick run-throughs where you're actually gauging a bit of clearance stuff, and keep rolling into that. I think the hit markers might be a little bit off. I guess that's probably about right. Moving into some of these areas, trying to shoot these targets. Alright, moving out to some of the more important areas. We have our little area where we can play. We've got our sand pit, we've got our little jungle gym over there, and our basketball court. So I don't know what the point of some of this stuff is. We've got a lot of range areas that really don't allow you to do much. It would be nice if you were to push a button, targets pop up, and you can engage those targets, and maybe have a timer or something like that. Link it up with the comp timer. You should be able to pull out your comp timer, hit the button, and then boom, targets pop up or something like that. That would be pretty cool. We've got a bunch of vehicles just lying around that you can just, I don't know, sit in. But we don't have to fly around in them, or drive around in them anyway, so that's all good. The basketball court apparently has the ability for you to throw balls. So we'll see that. I can see there's one just there. Let's give it a little thing. So they move, they're at least collidable. When it comes to all of this, you can clearly tell I play lots of basketball. But when it comes to all of this, it's kind of useless. Saying nicely, it's kind of useless. Alright, again, some more useless stuff. So this is what we're paying for, is a bunch of assets that we can't actually use, and it kind of looks cool. I'm not going to lie, I do like the look, the aesthetic and all that stuff, but it would be really nice to see the ops center in here. Have some characters doing stuff, some phones ringing, have some maps up on the board, maybe get a little bit more depth into the game by having different little areas. You have your intel section, you have your logistics section, things like that, where you can pick up weapons. If they're going to waste your time and money by building this stuff, at least make it useful. This area here is our outdoor range, which definitely I think is a bit of an improvement from the other training areas that we have. It would be nice if this area was built like a training area. The downside is normally you would be able to open up your, I guess, settings and be able to click on a button that says spawn targets, but this doesn't have the ability. So what is the point of this? Cool, you can do some longer range engagement stuff with these, but these are not designed for longer range engagements. You would do them at a 25 meter range. You can do them at whatever this is. This is probably equivalent to 100 meters, 100 yards or so, but you wouldn't necessarily use these in its full capacity at 100 meters. Alright, so what we got here is all of our new map. We got Collapsing Star, Flattened Vale, Scattered Eagle, and the coming soon ones being Favela and the Convention Center. So as we've already discussed with some of these, the first one is a gas station type of thing, very reminiscent of other games that are out there. Quite a small map. The same with Shattered Eagle, very small map. This one, about a medium, but we'll give them a go. This mission, I'm going to try out one of the new weapon systems. I'm going to go to the FAL. So this is a 7.62 weapon system, and this one's modernized. Quite a long barrel, and they're probably more of a DMR type of thing nowadays, but they're used heavily in South America for a lot of different military law enforcement. So the idea of this one is to go in there, secure all civilians, get all of the intel, and get out of here. So let's try and do that. Again, this is very reminiscent of Ready or Not. In my opinion, it is nice to add these little things into this game, but I don't really know if it's worth it and does it actually add to this game or not. Alright, cool little windows we got here, and we can see through them, but they can't see us. Alright, I think the hit markers... Oh no, he looks like he's dead. Really not good that you can't see through these. Do this somewhat tactical. That was terrible. One civilian at the back. This guy's dead. Let's double tap just to make sure, and let's get rid of our 2x scope because I don't really need that while I'm playing this. So already you can hear the sounds are a lot better, I think, from what we had before. Good transition between outside and inside. And I'm just gonna secure this chick. There you go, love.
You've got the wrong person.
Yes, I know. I can hear dudes moving. So it sounds like they're moving in here. Was this something or no? Already for sounds, it sounds good, but I could hear people moving around, so I dare say there's probably a guy like here. Let's open, let's get that down there. There's some intel. There's a good guy, there's a bad guy, and we'll keep clearing this. Wow. Okay. It's a 7.62 round. Should have gone through everything into that dude. I know this game's hit markers are different.
What the hell?
What the hell? These guys were also Spanish as well. I would say that they... Oh, not Spanish, sorry. Mexican. So they should be speaking Spanish. But hey, whatever, we're appealing to an English audience here. Let's take it nice and easy for this one. So we know that these guys mean business. We're going to frag straight through. And we're going to take their fragged. There we go. We're out of rounds already. There's no quick release on this. We're just going to dump that and go back into the use of our weapon system. Alright, so already this game is not on hardcore right now.
What the hell?
They're very quick on the trigger. It would be a lot easier if there was more than just me. They can kill you quite easily in this game. I like the fact that it is harder. Oh, sweet. It's not great when I'm trying to commentate and do this stuff, but it is good for the gameplay itself. Because if I was going to do this tactically, I really would want to take my time. Give that a positive rating here for the realism. It means that you just can't run and gun, and I like that. I like the fact that you have to actually take time. You have to actually take your time in clearing these areas. Okay, that door's open. Let's frag it. Great frag. Sorry, brother. It would be really nice if you could grab their weapons, take their ammunition. One of the people that's commented on one of my previous videos has said the exact same thing. Oh no, I just killed a civilian. Stop. Can you stop flipping? Can you get up? I know you tried to matrix that, but can you just get up? Alright. That door's locked. Hey, all your mates were in the same uniform as you. They've been shooting at me, so I'm just going to detain you. We'll come back.
I understand. Just please don't let them find me.
Yeah, I won't, man. Just freaking stay there.
Target secure. Stay sharp.
Alright, so that must mean that I've got all of the civilians. I know there was a dude that we were looking for was here. I haven't cleared the rest of this building. The objective. So I feel like this is very lacking.
Please don't leave.
I'm gonna leave you. Very lacking. There is really not much else I have to do now. Just leave, and I've passed the mission. Like they're gonna attack me, as they always do, but that was it. Let's go to extract them. Alright, so again with this one, we just need to find the intel and then extract. I can also hear people, but can't see them. So let's get ready. The fact that we just have to move in, grab the intel, and leave every time, to me is a little bit frustrating. It just shows maybe a lack of knowledge of real-world type stuff. I would like to see more complexity in this game so far. Like, the maps, they look like what I would expect from this title. Kept with the same style of the title. The only real difference is that we now have sweet-ass Hawaiian shirts. We have police uniforms. Alright, so again, breakable windows, which is cool. I like that. Have to shoot women now. Not cool that I'm shooting women, but Alright, you're gonna get a frag, but it's not a frag. Let's see where that goes. Let's drop that. Alright. Someone with a shotty shooting me. Don't know where that is, actually. It'll be in here. Nope. She's dead.
Get in your position!
Alright, there is someone near me, though. It's not my voice. That's the enemy's voice. So, let's move around. Let's find... Oh. No one there. Wait. Thanks for walking straight into my rounds.
So what I'm seeing from these first couple of maps is a lack of depth within the game. They've got some really good design when it comes to the map itself, but they are quite small, and I think they'll be really good for PvP. But throughout the single-player campaign stuff, it's a little bit repetitive. It's always go in, get the intel, get out, rescue the hostages, get the intel, get out. I would like to see a little bit of something extra. Maybe more dynamic missions, more dynamic objectives, and something other than moving into an objective, grabbing intel, and leaving while getting chased by bad guys. It's a little bit disappointing that we're paying an extra 15 Australian or $10 US just for a couple of maps with this big hype about how it's this brand new kind of game that's replicating Ready or Not to a degree.
Alright, and the last mission that we're going to go through is Shattered Eagle.
Mission's live. Stick to the plan and stay on point.
Looks like there's depth in regards to the map itself. You can quite clearly see where the start and finish of it is. This main building in the middle here is pretty much all we got. There is obviously two little buildings on the sides.
The apartment blocks look good from the outside, and I do think it will be really fun for PvP. But with saying that, we really need to make the amount of players on each map a lot bigger than what they have been. The map is small, which it's been with the last couple, but also everything's quite tight when you're in the apartment blocks themselves. It doesn't give you much room to move. You're very pigeonholed into straight line movements, and you get stuck in little kill zones, which could be frustrating. I know at least with the single player stuff, it was frustrating enough for me to not want to complete the mission. On top of that, I had played 2 missions before this that were basically the same objectives of this mission. There wasn't really much to explore with this map because it's basically a bottom up or top down style map where you either go from the top of the buildings and work your way down through all the apartment rooms, or you go from the bottom and make your way up to meet the objectives. I guess aesthetically, this is a very neat looking game. There's a lot of cool little things like apartments with sloshing machines, and there's a lot of detail that goes into those type of things. The gameplay itself hasn't changed much from what it was about 3 weeks ago, but at least we have some different areas to play in now. The last 3 maps that we've been looking at are pretty much all we're going to have until the back end of 2025 with the next map release, and then we're going to get another one in early 2026. So hopefully those maps are a little bit bigger. That will enable some good single player mission stuff, or enable good play time when it comes to multiplayer missions, either with mates or in the PvP servers. Now to the verdict, what would I recommend? I would say that if you like the game, get the DLC. It's really not that much money, but it's also not going to give you heaps of extra game features. Yes, you get an extra rifle, you get some new cosmetics and 3 new maps, but does it really enhance the game? No, not really. There has been some improvements with the AI and their accuracy, and they are definitely a lot more lethal and potentially even harder to kill, to be honest. If you're looking for a complete overhaul, this isn't it. But I'm confident that when the game gets fully released, it will be exactly what the community is looking for. Don't take this whole review as me bashing the game. I'm really not. I love the game and I'm going to play hundreds more hours in the future. I just want to see the best thing for this game and for our community. If you are one of the people that have skipped ahead all the way to the end of this video, then that's fine. You can do that, but please take your time to try and watch other components of the video. If you watch the whole thing, thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate it. And to everyone that's watched even a second of this video, thank you, and I'll see you next time.